Hey guys, welcome back. Author Grace Paley said that every story is two stories. Well, I agree, and today we're going to talk about what those two stories are, how they relate to each other, and how they provide a simple recipe for human change. I'm Jane, and this is Fiction Technician. When I'm starting a new book, I don't really like to think of the issues in it in terms of plot and character arc or internal and external struggles. What I like to think about are chronic issue and acute issue. The character has some chronic, long-standing problem in his life that is causing a lot of difficulties, but he is just not dealing with it. Well, before long, an acute issue rears its head, and that acute issue will give him the opportunity to finally face up to the chronic issue and deal with it. We see this all over the place throughout time and cultures because it is a story structure that works. We see it in fairy tales, in Shakespearean tragedies, and in corny 90s comedies. Let's take a look. In Cinderella, our heroine has a chronic issue of being mistreated by her stepmother and stepsisters. This becomes acute when she wants to go to the prince's ball, and her stepmother makes this impossible. Solving that acute issue will put her on the road to marrying the prince, which will allow her to deal with the chronic issue and leave her dysfunctional family behind. The change she experiences as the result of this is status change. Instead of being poor and mistreated, Cinderella will now be wealthy and valued. In Romeo and Juliet, the Montagues and Capulets have a chronic problem, which is a violent feud between the two families. This violence is occasionally spilling out into the streets, and their only plan for this is really to let the situation continue and try not to get caught in anything illegal. But when their kids, Romeo and Juliet, fall in love, this is an acute problem that has to be dealt with. They try to keep the kids apart, but ultimately Romeo and Juliet take their own lives in an effort to be together. This provides the Montagues and the Capulets with the wake-up call they need to realize how destructive their feud has become to their families. And the change they experience is value change, or perhaps we could call it internal change. They will no longer value their feud over the well-being of their families. And in Home Alone, Kevin McAllister has a chronic issue of feeling unseen and unloved in his large family. When they go off on vacation and accidentally leave him behind, this is a huge acute problem. But it not only gives us the opportunity for some semi-sadistic slapstick humor, it also provides his mom with the chance to rush home to take care of him, proving that he has been loved all along. And the change they experience is relationship change. Kevin and his mom always loved each other, but they will be going forward from this point with more trust and understanding. To me, both of these issues are really essential to a good story. If Cinderella was missing its acute issue, well then it would be essentially a boring, endless vignette about a girl being mistreated by her family. And if Home Alone was missing its chronic issue, it would be boring in a different way. There would be plenty of laughs, but the movie would have no heart. And if Romeo and Juliet was missing its acute issue, well, just wouldn't make sense. People rarely go from hatred to reconciliation without a real proximate reason. And this, I think, is the reason that this story structure is so popular across time and history, because it makes sense to us. It's resonant. Chronic change is hard. We all have those chronic issues in our lives that we are trying to affect change in. We have relationships we're trying to mend. We have dreams we haven't really followed up on. We have habits that we feel are holding us back. Changing any of these things is not easy, and this is one of the wonderful things that stories do for us. They provide us with hope. They say that change is possible. We can change our status in life. We can forgive. We can be seen and loved. And stories provide us with a plan for change. They say that when you find that reason you need to change, that acute issue, you'll find change comes a little bit easier. In all of these stories, the ultimate reason for change is family. Cinderella needs to leave her dysfunctional family and form a new family with the prince who will value her. The Montagues and the Capulets need to let their hatred for each other stop destroying their families. And Kevin and his mom need to heal their family relationship. I am presently in the middle of a big lifestyle change, trying to impact a chronic issue by embracing a minimalist lifestyle. And the reason? My family. Having that why really does help me find my way. Every video ends with an exercise, but first I want to thank you for watching and ask you to please smash the like button if you feel that this video gave you value. Subscribe and ring the bell for notifications if you never want to miss an upload. Exercise of the week. Dig into that list of story ideas that I know you have buried somewhere and see if you can find a chronic issue that is in need of an acute issue or the reverse. Work on supplying that missing issue and then ask yourself, has this become a story I'm more excited to write? Check out.